Hey guys, it's George Florida Parks After Dark. Hey, we are here at Westgate, obviously. This is Westgate Town Center. It's part of the whole Westgate Resort group. Just to show you, I think this is awesome. So they have the elephants standing here, welcome you as well. So how nice is that? So this is the Westgate Town Center. There are 3 other Westgate properties. I would tell you that out of all 3, this is your nicest. It would also be the one that we would recommend. We would not recommend the other 2. And we're not gonna spend a lot of time as to why. We're gonna spend time talking about why this one works. This is, if we were to equate this to maybe a Disney property, it's probably a B minus compared to the Disney property A. And it's just simply because very high density. It is built in phases, so each of the buildings look a little different. There's some 8-story buildings, some 2-story buildings. Each building has a small pool, but it's sprawling. So what you have is high density vacationing at a low price point, but there's a lot to offer here. So let's show you what they have to offer. Let's head on inside and check it out. All right, guys, so we're in the main lobby. And you'll immediately see I'm talking about high density. This is a very large lobby, a lot of tables to check people in. They do have obviously the bell staff, gift room, and then here's where you can buy your tickets to the attractions at a discounted price. They do have Sid's Bistro over here, which is basically a coffee shop, which is great. It's closed now. It closed at 2. So we just missed it. But Sid's Coffee Shop. You know, Florida Parks After Dark, we like our desserts. So they do have a wonderful array of desserts and fruit offerings. And they do breakfast sandwiches and salads. So it's a place to grab a bite if you're just getting here. And it's kind of their version of a quick service. Now, this is where check-in is. So, to let you know, Westgate is a group of resorts. We talk about that. It's also a timeshare focused resort. So many people here have got an invitation to come for a resort timeshare presentation at a highly discounted fee. They come in, they check in, they get all the packages they were promised to do their timeshare presentation, and then they stay here for maybe a week and had to sit through a timeshare. Now, I'm not going to say anything about timeshares or give you my opinions. I'm mixed. But that's what's here. So you have a lot of people coming in and coming out at high volume. Now, what they do have here, which blew us away when we were staying here, and we've stayed here more than once. They have, if you can imagine this, their own theater. It's free. Now, you may not be able to see. Now, we are the only ones in the theater. They have movies running non-stop all day. Now, typically they do is they pick 1 or 2 movies and just loop them. But they're running constantly. It is a full screen. It is movie theater seating. I'm hoping you guys can see. So it isn't just, and actually the seats rock, which is great. So that's movie theater. Now, they used to, way back in the day, do Disney movies. They don't do that any longer for whatever reason. They're not doing that. But that's a great place to come just to go grab a seat. It's air conditioned. You got to kill some time with your kids, or you're waiting in the lobby to check in, and you got to get it done. So now, real quick, I talk about how big this place is. That's the map of Town Center. I'm just going to pause here and let you look at that. That's a lot of buildings. Now, we are there. So the property sprawls back and down along the sides. So there are thousands of people who can stay here. Parking lots, they do have ample parking. There are many smaller pools, 10 pools in the entire place. Actually, it's more than that, 14 pools in the entire place. So each group of building has its own small pool. Now, let you know that small pool does get warm because they're small, and it's Florida. They're not chilled. So it may be a little bath water-ish, but it's still good. So that's the lobby, that's the check-in, that's the movie theater, and I got a chance to show you kind of the space. So what I want to do now is get you outside. What they have here is an amazing water park. And I want to be able to show you guys that water park because I got to tell you, although there's an additional fee, unless you're doing a timeshare here, and then sometimes that's included, it's a showstopper. So, with that said, let's head outside. All right, guys, so we're up here now, and this is the Shipwreck Island Water Park. As the sign says, it's up on a second level from the ground floor. There's a gate all the way down, first floor all the way down, and below this deck area is a very large pool area. We'll take a look at that in a second. But this is really where all the action is. So what you have here is a great kids splash park, slides and sprayers and buckets to dump, and then right in front of there there's a lazy river that goes around the entire perimeter of the thing. It's themed after, obviously, a shipwreck, so there's things like the parrot with the mast and water spraying out of it. But behind all this are two slides that go down from this second level we're on through kind of the floor to the first level into the pool area. Now we're going to take a peek. We'll go around there so you get a chance to see it. But this is what the splash park looks like. It is, we've done it. It's a great splash park, but listen, it's not cheap. General admission for this is $25 for the day. Now, I know, given other parks, this isn't terrible, but there's a limited amount to do here, but it's still, you're here with your family, you can do that. Now, we've talked about this. Westgate is a timeshare. You probably can get a free water park entry on this from your timeshare presentation. I wanted to show you all this. This is really a great spot. So listen, what we're gonna do now, we'll shoot downstairs. I want to show you the pool area, show you where the slides are, and there goes the bucket. I was waiting for that. All right, let's go see the next. All right, guys, so listen, here is the general pool area. So this is on that lower level. Big, large pool areas. They got the palm tree sprayers there. And if you look, they have the orange and yellow are little kid slides. In the back there, let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. Those red and blue slides are the ones that go from the upper deck all the way down and into the splash area behind all this. They're great slides. So this is a great pool area, a lot of chair seating. But so you have the splash park upstairs, and downstairs you have the general pool, zero entry, little guy area. So overall, pool-wise, yeah. Okay, now can you argue the $25 is worth it? You might be able to say and kill a day here with my kids. So this is just great view of this area. Let's show you kind of the rest of what we got to show. All right, guys, so one of the food offerings here at Westgate Town Center is Los Amigos. It's an Italian grill tequila bar, as you can tell. And I gotta admit, it's done well. The outside's well, and then they have these guys, which I think is just a great Day of the Dead kind of vibe. They even got the dog. Look, let's zoom in on the dog. So they have the dog with his paw up as a skeleton. So it's the Day of the Dead. For those who watch Coco, you kind of know what we're talking about. So they're there welcoming you to the place. They do a Sunday brunch now, and it's Sunday. But here's the menu, and it's traditional, safe Mexican cuisine. So you have your chips and salsa, and you have your guac and your cheese dip and those Mexican corn quesadillas and apps, tacos. They do steaks and enchiladas and a Mexican bowl and a taco salad. So really this is good menu, a safe menu. But really, I'll tell you, as restaurants go, they did a real nice job on how it looks. It's right underneath the water park. No worries about that. But it's right underneath the water park, right next to the pool area. There's access to the restaurant from the pool area, or at least probably to a front window to get some food. But it looks like a solid meal offering. And they have another one, so come with me. They have the Villa Italiano Chop House. Okay, now this is a separate restaurant, obviously. So they have the Mexican and they have their Italian. Now, this is only open for dinner. It's 5 o'clock. So, and it's closed on Monday and Tuesday. Interesting. So, let's take a look at their menu. Seating and stuff, it's pretty much your standard seating. They have the outdoor seating with the heaters, but it's August, so we don't need those. It's closed, so I can't really show you the inside of either restaurant, but let's show you the menu. So here you go. So you have your antipasta, which is really salads, which is really appetizers. You have your ensalada and your zuppa, which is salad and soup. Your pizza, and then kind of your Italian favorites, getting a little tighter here. And then here's all your lasagnas and tortellis and fettuccinis. And then the chop house part of the steak is there. Now, here's my first impression. It's not a bad menu. It's an expensive menu. With chicken marsala running $33, it's a pricey menu. How they have it, listen to how they prepare it, sounds really excellent. But it's open 5 days a week. The price is a little high. Food offering looks really good though. For both these food offerings, I gotta give a cautionary tale. Westgate Town Center, like we talked about, is high density stays. Tall buildings, many of them, and so you have a few food offerings here. And although there's kitchens in all these villas, the food offerings are great, but you have buildings like this that surround it. So what you end up running into is a lot of demand with not many food offerings. So if you do want to eat here and you're staying here, it's going to be important you plan ahead. Call ahead to get reservations, make sure you're secure. I don't think this is a walk-in kind of restaurant. So with that said, those are two outside higher end food offerings. Let's move on to the next thing. All right, so guys, we are now we talked a lot about the size of the resort. We talked about the status of the resort. We talked a lot about the resort. We've shown you some of the perks. Let's show you some of the living arrangements. I want to show you what the buildings look like. Now, we did talk about being high density. We did talk about this thing being built in phases. So you have the tall buildings that we're driving by here on our right, lower buildings to our left, and we'll check some of that out. But I wanted us to take a short drive, just a short drive, for you guys to see what I'm talking about. Now, is high density bad? It's a reality of what it is. They had a large plot of property, they put some buildings on here. What Westgate Town Center is a cost-effective place to stay. Part of what we want to do at Florida Parks After Dark is set expectations. It's a good place to stay. They just remodeled it. They did a lot of marble in the room. So there is a sense of some luxury in these spaces. It is a lot of people. There's limited food offerings, but there's a fantastic water park. They have a free movie theater. They have the arcade and the ice cream shop. So they have a lot of those things. Now these are all the buildings. I just wanted to get a sense of that. So you see that. Now we're on a circle and we'll go over to the two-story buildings. I want you to see those as well. So this is one phase with really just very tall, very large buildings. And yes, the car's yelling at me to put on my seatbelt. So let's do that right now because that is annoying me. So let's head down here. Now, one thing they do have here is where there's trams and buses for Disney. Here they have a train that can get you from point to train stops. It's cute. And the train runs you around the property because walking this is pretty difficult given the size and how far spread it is. You saw the map earlier. So here's the two-story buildings. I just want you to see that as we loop back around here. Here's what they look like. Now, would I say one kind of building's better than another? No. These are more condo-ish, apartment-ish, where the ones in the tall buildings do break down into smaller units. We've always stayed in larger buildings than these. We did stay once in one of these. I think these two stories were built first. Oh, by the way, here's a pickleball court, and they have an ice skating rink. I'm putting air quotes here because the ice skating rink is actually a plastic surface with special kind of... All right, guys, so besides the pool area and the splash park, they have a dinosaur-themed mini golf course, and it's pretty nice. I mean, the dinosaurs are solid. They're not faded. They're painted currently. The holes themselves look challenging, but not overwhelming for little guys. And it's a full 9-hole golf course. So, and then in addition to that, they have swan boats that you can actually rent. The swan paddle boats, God bless you, I don't know, I guess you can paddle around that water area. So there's two other outside offerings they have here. But they also have the little guys playground, which is always good to have if you got little guys with the tires. And then behind there is one of those small pools that comes with each of the small areas. So I want to show you two more other outside offerings they have. They do a very nice job of really trying to keeping you busy on property. But again, you are literally a mile from World Drive, get on a Disney property. So with that said, guys, George, we're gonna move on to the next thing. All right, guys, so in a group of shops just across from the main check-in area in the lobby, they have this, which is a great little convenience store, thrift shop. We can buy merchandise and things and snacks, and have all the walls of snacks, and realize a lot of the rooms here have their own kitchens. And so what they have is they have food you can do. What's great also is they have this deli. So they have prepared foods, which is really good. The chicken's outstanding. But they also then have sliced lunch meat that you can get, salad you can get, and pasta salad you can get. They come with some fried chicken and rotisserie chicken. So it comes with some prepared food. Then they do in the back there have kind of some of the basic staples. Over here they have a lot of the basic staples, frozen foods, waffles, and quick microwave foods, because you can actually cook in your room. And then on top of that, then they do obviously have all your beach stuff and your pool stuff, because remember, the water park's here and it is outstanding. And if you forgot your sunscreen, which in Florida you don't do, they sell that. And then they have your shot glasses, and they have your mugs. They have all your touristy kind of items that if you want to go ahead and take a souvenir home, it's all there ready to go. I mean, it's got more shot glasses than you get a steak at. And they do have the mugs, which are awesome. So it's great. So they do have that. They do have some Disney stuff here. Not a ton, and they do sell alcohol here as well. So this is just a little store where you can kind of come in, pick up what you need for the thing, and then kind of stock up your room. So let's move on to the next thing they have. All right, guys, so on the other side of where we were just now, where the store was with all the food, there's this, which is a Hershey's ice cream bar. So they have cones and milkshakes and hot drinks and cold drinks and baked goods, and it is just outstanding. Let's take a quick peek at what they have flavor-wise. Oh yeah, but they got a little everything. They actually sell Krispy Kreme donuts here. So here's all the ice cream offerings. Kind of your basic ice cream. And then they do offer coffee and drinks. And there's all just cold drinks, and then there's all their ice cream offerings, the scoops and toppings and sundaes and shakes. So this is a great spot to come to get just some ice cream. Got ice cream here, it's outstanding. They also, back near the ice cream shop, they have this open area, and this is relatively new, where they've thrown in some pool tables, and the arcade kind of spilled out into this area. It just got too big. So you have newer games, which I gotta tell you, I really appreciate. The King Kong with Skull Island, obviously it's a newer movie, and they have a game on it. Air hockey, pinball, which is awesome. A gigantic, biggest Connect Four I've ever seen in my life. And 3 pool tables. So really, and it's air conditioned. Let's say that again. And it's air conditioned. So, but inside the original arcade, what they have is obviously basketball hoop games, and your skee balls, right? And then just really a lot of your games. Now, what they do here is on the games, you earn tokens. Those tokens then can be cashed in for prizes. But there's a lot of really solid offerings here. So it's a good arcade. The spillover out into the area is kind of cool. And there's Typhoon, which is, by the way, Partners in Crime favorite ride we have, period. So that's what's all offered here. But attached to this place, now we talked earlier about the food offerings, and that there was 2 nicer restaurants over by the pool area and the high densities there. We talked about that you can get some food. And a few places here, just some grab and go stuff. They have Drafts, which is in this spot. It's in a separate building, away from the lobby. Probably a whole lot more accessible than anything over near where the main lobby is in the water park. It's a sports bar, so It's open operating, so we're not gonna go in too far, but big TVs, sports are playing. I got golf, I got football, I got baseball. A good bar, a lot of drafts. They have outdoor seating with TVs as well. So it's just a solid offering. And we've had food there, and the food is very good. So it's another food offering for here. So just showing you some other options you have on this property. So with that said, let's go on to the next thing. Hey guys, it is George from Florida Parks After Dark. Hey, we just obviously showed you guys all of Westgate Town Center and all it has to offer. Final thoughts. I think it's important we kind of summate. We've stayed here more than once. We've had friends of ours stay here. It is, again, the cost-effective option to stay near Disney, but off Disney property. The resort itself has a lot to offer. It does. Indoor, outdoor stuff, the free movie theater, even the mini golf, the water park's amazing. Food offerings are good, but again, we talked about it. There may be an issue of supply and demand. A lot of people here. This is high density. They've just renovated, and understanding these renovations were very nice and did a lot of marble, so you kind of have a different feel of it. They do have kitchens here, so you can cook your own food and have a good cost savings there. There's the great arcade, there's the ice cream shop. I mean, we can go on and on. There's a lot here. It's a question of fixtures and finishes. It's a question of standard. I would give it a B. I think at the beginning of the video we said a B, B minus. After I've walked back through it, you got a B. It's a solid B. So it's a good option. Now, one of the key things that makes this option is location, location, location. You are literally half a mile from 192. You are a mile and a half from World Drive exit, and World Drive runs right into Magic Kingdom. As a crow flies, you need the Magic. You can take a back way, we know, to Animal Kingdom and get there in just a few minutes. So it has a good location. It has a lot to offer. It is a good price point. You got to give up some stuff, and that's okay if this is what you're looking for. But it makes it so, and this is what we do at Florida Parks After Dark, it makes it so that coming to Orlando, because the parks are not cheap, it's an expensive vacation, we all know that. This is a way to at least cut some cost so that you can use those monies to do those things you want to do in the parks, to maybe do like Boo For You, which is the party they have for Halloween here, or the Christmas party at Disney, or one of the ones at Universal, and allows you to do more without spending so much on where you sleep. It's your personal choice. We wanted to show it to you. Definitely put your comments in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. This is George Florida Parks After Dark. We're gonna go. Please like this video. Let us know what you think. Subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but means so much to us as a channel. We've grown so well because of your support. We appreciate you all. But listen, we're gonna go find another resort to look at, another plan for you to go, another way to get down here and save some money. That's what we do. You guys take care. Have a great day.